Other news now. The water and sewage company WASCO has assured the public that its tardiness in reinstating roads dug up for maintenance of its infrastructure is a thing of the past, now that the company has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Infrastructure. Ali Anthony is the Senior Operations Manager.
Now, this MOU was entered on the 3rd of February of this year, and we wanted to ensure that this whole process of road reinstatement is done in a formalized and structured way. Now, in addition to the MOU, we had to have a procurement policy, an internal procurement policy within WASCO, to ensure that there is a lot of transparency and to ensure that proper process is followed. Now, this procurement policy is complete and is in place. Now, as you may realize, these things do take a bit of time, and we have moved quite a bit with the procurement policy and the MOU, and in getting contractors to bid on jobs. Now, there are a couple of areas that we have signed contracts for to carry out those reinstatements. These places are in Cul-de-sac, Tuapito, Lower Mondidon, Geno, and Tiroche. So those contracts have been signed, and by the end of this week, works will commence on those areas.
Meantime, the water company is bringing relief to residents of the East Coast who have been facing severe water shortages. Jim King is the Water Services Manager.
During the peak of the dry season, the East Coast was not plagued by the problems that we faced on the West Coast and to the south of the island. However, we find ourselves in a situation now where the yields from the rivers and streams on the East Coast have been depleted drastically. Places in the Monrepo area and the Dennery area, especially the Dennery North area that have always suffered with water shortages, are plagued with problems. To combat these problems, we placed some tanks in strategic locations in these communities. However, we encountered some problems in the Dennery area, the Dennery North area. We actually have to increase the number of tanks, and we are presently in the process of increasing the number of tanks placed in these areas and the frequency for which we are going to refill these tanks. You'll find that the situation that exists in the Dennery area has reached the point where we had to take these actions. This is being done presently, and we expect to see an improvement in the service we're providing to the public there.
Now, the tanks are temporary. However, officials say a permanent solution is in the pipeline. The government of Mexico is partnering with WASCO through the government of St. Lucia on a major project. Once again, Ali Anthony.
We have engaged the United Nations Office for Project Services, UNOPS, to more or less project manage the entire Dennery North Water Redevelopment Project. Currently, they are on the ground doing a number of tests and to verify that all the consultant submissions are actually relevant and applicable to the Dennery North situation. What will happen in Dennery North is that there's going to be a water intake on the Tornes River. There's also going to be a treatment plant situated just a bit east of the Rose Tavern disco. There are going to be a number of storage tanks. There's going to be one in Dennery Riviere. There's going to be one in Montparnasse. There's also going to be one just near the treatment plant, and there's going to be a number of transmission line upgrades. So we're looking at serving Dennery North entirely. It will not be Tomaso getting water or Montparnasse getting water and Dennery River not getting water. It's not going to be like that. And now Dennery North is going to be fed with first-class water once all that infrastructure is in place.